Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about Jon's mission beyond the wall that will resolve with the Night King's ambush, with the death of two main characters and with the death of Daenerys' dragon Viserion. While I already introduced you with this theory from Leaked Plata 6 months ago, or should I say with confirmed event of the upcoming season, it's recently been confirmed by the official trailer itself. This is Jon Snow's team of 12 men, including Gendry with Warhammer that is clearly visible in this shot, being ambushed by the Night King and surrounded by Horde of Whites. The main purpose of this Jon's mission is to capture White in order to prove to the other lords of Westeros that the real Great War is in the north and it is coming, but as we can see it will not end up very well. In addition, on this mission Jon will almost get killed. However, let's start from the beginning. At a certain point of the 7th season, Jon Snow will figure out that the only way to gain support of other great houses is to capture White and prove their existence, as well as the existence of the White Walkers. Upon having a meeting with Daenerys at Dragonstone, and upon failing to convince her that the Iron Throne doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters is the Great War that is coming, Jon Snow, with support of his most trusted advisor and probably the hand of the king, Davos will decide to go north beyond the wall and capture White. Before they set sail to the wall, Gendry, who will earlier this season be escorted from King's Landing to Dragonstone by Davos and Tyrion, and who will also show some skills with his father's Warhammer, will join Jon and Davos on their mission. But Gendry is not the only one that will leave Dragonstone with Jon and Davos. There's also Jorah, who will firstly reunite and then once again say farewell to Dany, as he will also join Jon on his mission. Your thoughts right now are probably, okay, that's 4 men, what about the other 8 from the official trailer? How will Jon gather the rest of his team if he is leading his team beyond the wall on his mission by the sea in a boat? Well, Jon along with Davos, Jorah and Gendry will sail to the Eastwatch by the Sea, the castle located at the eastern end of the wall, where from they are then going to proceed west along the north side of the wall until they reach Castle Black. Jon, Gendry, Davos and Jorah will travel by the sea in a boat, meaning that they will not make a step on the ground before they make it to the wall. And you're still probably wondering how will Jon Snow gather the rest of his team on the wall unless the rest of his team contains men of the Night's Watch. Well, at the time of Jon's arrival with his team at Castle Black, there will already be the Brotherhood Without Banners led by Beric Dondarrion. I know that you're most likely confused at this point and are probably having a few questions on your mind, such as how and why will the Brotherhood Without Banners, that includes Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr and the Hound, is going to join Jon and the rest of his team on that mission. Okay, let's start with a conversation between Beric and the Hound, a conversation in which Beric recruited Sandor Clegane into their newest mission, which is, as he said, traveling north to fight against the Great Evil. It seems that they have already planned to go north to fight the Undead Army, but the question is, how and why are they going to join Jon? The question on which most of us would say that they're simply going to meet up since all of them are heading north, but we might be wrong. They are all heading north, true, but the Brotherhood Without Banners is traveling by the land, while Jon will lead his team beyond the wall by the sea in a boat. So the question still remains, and it is, why and how the Brotherhood Without Banners is going to join Jon and the rest of his team on that mission? Well, I might have an answer on that question, same answer that I actually already brought you in a video regarding fate of the Brotherhood Without Banners. While Melisandre is heading south and while the Brotherhood is heading north, they will most likely encounter each other, and that's the answer on our question. That's why Brotherhood will join Jon on his mission. By my theory that I introduced you with a few months ago, Melisandre will tell to Beric and Thoros that Jon is the one that is promised, the one that Lord of Light brought back to life. As their conversation continues and as my theory continues, Melisandre will convince Beric and Thoros that Jon is the prince that was promised, and since we all know that both of them obey commands of the Lord of Light, it's easy to assume that it won't take them long for Melisandre to convince them to go to the wall and help Jon in his mission, a mission in which Thoros will die, a mission that will result with whole Westeros knowing about the real threat, result with almost every lord sending their armies to the north. I think that I don't even have to tell you that Beric and Thoros along with the Hound will definitely go to the wall after this encounter with Melisandre, since Beric Dondarrion and Thoros believe in the Lord of Light. Additionally, Beric has died 6 times, only to be revived by Thoros of Myr's prayers to the Lord of Light, and it seems that we finally know the reason of him being revived all 6 times, which is most likely because of Jon's mission, because Beric, as he said himself, still has something to do for the Lord of Light. According to leaked plot, while heading north, the Brotherhood will be captured by Tormund, who will lock them in jail, which I'm not sure why, but it will definitely explain how Tormund will also be at the Wall at the time of Jon's arrival. It explains how will Tormund join Jon on his mission. There are a lot of possibilities that will lead Tormund to imprison the Brotherhood, while the most obvious one would be simply because of him doubting in their intentions. However, Sansa will most probably release Beric, Thoros and the Hound, since she knows that Lord Beric Dondarrion is the Lord of Blackhaven and the head of House Dondarrion, the house that was loyal to House Baratheon of Storm's End, and is the man who led a group of soldiers to apprehend Sir Gregor Clegane, the man who did that because of her father, because Ned Stark commanded. Since Sansa knows that Beric was loyal to her father, who at the time was Hand of the King, and since she knows who Sandor Clegane really is, the man who saved her from being raped and also tried to save her from the Lannisters, as he in the 9th episode of the 2nd season offered Sansa to escort her to Winterfell, which she refused. This same girl is now a woman, will this time believe to the Hound, and since she knows that Beric is honorable and trustworthy man, Sansa will set them free. That's the moment in which Beric Dondarrion is going to lead the Hound and Thoros, as well as the rest of the Brotherhood without banners to the Wall, since Jon is going to be there at the time, while Tormund will also join them, since he knows that Jon will need a man who knows lands beyond the Wall. Castle Black will be the place on which Jon will gather his team and go on white hunting, while apparently Davos will stay over there and wait. Davos staying at the Wall is not surprising at all, since Davos certainly doesn't know the lands beyond the Wall, neither is a good warrior, which we found out in the 2nd episode of the 6th season. While Davos and a few loyal men of the Night's Watch were preparing to protect Jon's body from Torn and his men, Davos said, "I've never been much of a fighter, apologies for what you're about to see." In conclusion, Jon will form a small force which will contain, obviously him as a leader, Gendry and Jorah who joined him at Dragonstone, Jorah as a great warrior and Gendry as a strong man, and also as a good warrior, which he will prove earlier this season. Then we have Tormund as a proven warrior and a man who knows lands beyond the Wall and knows how to move over there, Beric, Thoros and the Hound as a proven fighters, while the Lord said will insist to help them. While 7 of those 8 currently are one of the greatest fighters of Westeros, Jon's team will also contain 4 more members. However, Benjen is not one of those 4 men, as he will arrive on a horse at the end of the battle to sacrifice his life for Jon's. Moreover, in my opinion, none of those 4 members are familiar to us, as in my opinion, 2 of them are members of the Brotherhood without banners, one is Wilding that came along with Tormund, and one is a member of the Night's Watch. They are going to be noticed by the Night King, and are going to be attacked by his army on the icy surface, which will result with Thoros getting killed, while the rest of Jon's team will be saved in the last moment by Dany and her dragons. All except Jon, who is going to be surrounded by a horde of the undead army, but then all of a sudden Benjen will appear and will save his wounded nephew by setting Jon on his horse, while he is going to stay and fight as long as he can. Even though at the beginning this theory had mostly been refused, but as time passed, as more and more proof have been going in favor to this theory, it quickly has become a confirmed event of the upcoming season, which the official trailer only confirmed once again. It all started when Game of Thrones crew created the new set at Wolfhill Quarry above Belfast. Game of Thrones crew blanketed the area with fake snow and created an artificial icy surface, rather like an iced-over lake, along with a large screen with snowy ground beneath it. Then leaked photos appeared with even harder proof, as leaked photos contained the unit of whites in this crewmate set above Belfast. For this shooting, 300 extras had been brought on this icy set. Then 3 main characters that have never crossed paths in previous season were together on a location of the same filming set just like theory says, and as you guessed, they were in Belfast. I've already taken this theory as a confirmed one after this photo, which was taken at a restaurant in Belfast, a photo in which we can see Ian Glenn, known as Jorah, Christopher Hivju, known as Tormund, and Joseph Mawle, known as Benjen Stark, having a great time at a restaurant in Belfast near filming set. Kit Harington and Emilia Clarke were also on the shooting at Belfast. Harington as Jon Snow appeared in one leaked photo from the shooting set, while we didn't see any leaked photo that included Emilia Clarke, the majority of us known as Daenerys, since she filmed her scenes only inside the Titanic Studios in Belfast. We also got to see 2 leaked photos that were taken at Wolfhill Quarry, in which we saw a White and a group of wildlings standing beneath a cliff face. Then Game of Thrones has returned to Iceland for the filming of the 7th season to shoot icy landscape set in the frozen north of Westeros, and continued shooting this Night King's ambush on Jon and his team, which began shooting in Northern Ireland at Wolf Hill Quarry above Belfast. As a confirmation that shooting in Iceland also represents scenes of Jon and his team beyond the wall, we get a shot in which we saw Joe Dempsey, or to us more familiar Gendry, and Paul Kay, more familiar to us as Thoros. A photo was taken by a fan. In conclusion, we can expect to see a major fight scene between 12 great warriors, of which 7 can be considered as one of the best warriors that the Seven Kingdoms currently has, against the Night King and his army. We can also expect to see Daenerys and her 3 large dragons arriving in the last moment to save the day, while Viserion will most likely get killed and resurrected by the Night King as his own zombie dragon. And as always, let me know your opinion about all of this in the comment section down below. I'm curious what your thoughts are about Jon's mission. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.